Heading into this last bonus run, we'll see Courtney Conlogue, Caroline Marks, Tatiana Weston-Webb, Sally Fitzgibbons, who's world number 2, world number 1, Carissa Moore, and Defay, who's 5th in the world, is the top seed here at the Jeep Surf Ranch Pro presented by Adobe. We know she's won a lot around the world, but she's probably just in so much anticipation to be back on the podium because it's been a bit since that 2019 Bells win.
Definitely, I think going to bed last night, Courtney was just going through all the scenarios in her head. Now it's time to quieten the mind and let the surfing do the talking.
Counting a 6.5 and a 7.37. The goal right now is to move into the Final Four. Riding surfboards from a man named Tim Stamps, who's basically like her uncle now. Great little read on that barrel. Lunged her way into that opening section. Now kind of a fade back to the pocket. More of a big vertical belt off the lip that time. Conlogue doing incredibly well on the rights. Yesterday, peaked at a 7.37. Inside bowl, looking incredibly fun for Conlogue, and the Californian will stall beautifully for a lengthy inside tube. Way out front for the wrapping cutback. Whole goal here of the bonus run is to improve on the 7.37. Well, beyond that, move into the Final Four, needing that 8.33 to get right where she wants to be.
Yeah, interesting as Courtney just picks up a bottle of water. She's going to get hydrated on the way back out. But yeah, like you said, needing to improve on a 7.37 needs excellence to go into the top 4. Did some beautiful rail work. You know, Courtney, her power is just so amazing as she tucks under the hood right there, wipes the water away from her face, comes speeding out, times this maneuver so beautifully, and then comes out. Rail work right in the critical section there, Joe. Lip line here, waiting for that barrel section. She spent a lot of time in this barrel, Joe. I feel like she's trying to save her legs for the left because she doesn't come out where it gets more critical. She kind of goes for the cutback maneuver on that end section. You know, you can kind of cut that barrel short so that you can get a steeper section to hit it in the pocket.
In the qualifying round, she's still keeping her opening wave, so she came out blazing. 6.5 is what she's trying to ditch now. She needs excellence, 8.33 to take a spot into the Final Four. Tatiana Weston-Webb in that 4th spot. The Final Four scenario did not change from the bonus runs that we saw yesterday afternoon. And we'll see if Courtney can mix that up now. A US Open champ, a Bells champ. She's getting started. Nice punch off the lip. Another quick dagger. She gets down the line. Courtney sweeping off the bottom. Nice clean start so far. Nice power hack for Conlogue. And now starting to think about her last couple of maneuvers. Another big belt off the roof. Time to get shacked. Trying to burn off some speed just a little bit out in front. And now laying into a backside staff. And the bonus run is now complete. The bonus run is all about 1 right, 1 left as a last chance to try to qualify for the top 4. And Courtney kicking things off for us in the morning. Surfed well on the right, but didn't improve the 7.37. What are your thoughts on improvement on the left for Conlogue now, Ro?
Well, Joe, let's remember she needs an 8.33 on this wave. Solid surfing. Was it excellent? I think we're going to have to leave that up to the judges to decide. She does have a beautiful rhythm through this open face. But I think it all comes down to the depth in the barrel at the end here, because those are beautiful backhand hooks. Comes around this section, does well to maintain that open face section. Beautiful hit there. Let's see how deep she gets in this barrel. Good setup for the backhand barrel. Interesting, she kind of drops that back arm, the front arm, sorry. So that's pretty technical when you see it on the slow-mo. comes out and doesn't get this last hit as well timed as what she would have liked. So let's see what the judges have to say.
Courtney Conlogue, such an exciting surfer. Been enjoying her on tour for a very long time now. One of the seasoned vets that's been a title threat for many years.
That's right, baby. We're paying homage to one of the greatest ever. Brazilian world champ, Adriana de Souza.
How special. Luaz joining the Brazilian Storm, joining Ryan Callanan. Everyone paying tribute to de Souza on his last lap on tour here in 2021. Young Caroline snapped to start on the backhand. This is all about the bonus run. In 5th at the moment, needs to hop at least one spot to move into the final 4. Laying low in the pocket, she's hoping to get just a little bit deeper. She's already running back into the open face. Caroline's best right, a 7-7. That was her strongest side. The backhand through the qualifying rounds yesterday as she just greases a beautiful snap. Timing perfect. Bottom drops out. Kick stall. Caroline into that round cave. Maybe a 2-turn combo here. Going to the solid backside work. Had to kind of fish her way through the final turn. And that'll be the last hope for the right to improve for Caroline. Trying to better a 7-7. Ultimately needing that 8.0 to move into the final 4.
Yeah, good surfing. Board looks great. I don't know if she's going to improve on that 7.7. There were points in this wave, though, that I really enjoyed, Joe. Just that solid backhand timing. I see this happen at lower trestles. I get a front row seat for it, and it's just so great to see her do it in a competitive setting. Trying her hardest to get super deep on that barrel section. Here, winds it up again. That little midsection of the wave really lit things up. A lot of spray thrown. Like I said, that epoxy very reactive under her feet. Bottom turn. Like you said, that little barrel setup doesn't get the depth that she was hoping for, and we know that the judges are super critical. 2-turn combo on this inside section, though. Catches a bit of rail. I think it's all going to come down to the...
Good, man. Thanks for the inside strider. So that was the clear strategy. Already with a big number on the right. Get the warm-up in. Feel it out so you're prepared for the left. Right now, Caroline needs a 7.14 to take Tati's spot in that 4th position. Snap to start. Already with a ton of momentum and speed. Former runner-up in the world, part of the USA team that will be heading to Tokyo. Nice carve again for Caroline. Real smooth start. Power hack, throwing some water. Bigger jam out front. She's on a roll. There's a big float. Climbing section, nails that. Time to get shot. Caroline, 2 hands on the wheel, and she'll let that one go. Nice front side wrap. She'll get the bonus section to wrap it through the inside. A job well done for Caroline Marks. Multiple maneuvers, all looked really well done. Some critical sections she worked with as well, along with some variety. She had a 6.83 as her high from yesterday on the left, and she's hoping that one's even better. Chasing down the 7.14.
I'm just catching my breath, Joe. I don't think I took a breath for 45 seconds riding along with Caroline on this wave. We know that she's in 5th place, needs to make it in that top 4. Beautiful rail line, just reading this wave so well. As there is a lot of spark and response in that board, and you can tell that it's working so well under her feet. Just leaning on that rail. It's so beautiful to see a surfer have such a great connection with the equipment, with the wave, and bring it to life in a performance like this under pressure. Oh, does she get deep enough on that? We'll see. She does get the 2-turn combo on the inside section, digs that rail in. Ooh, Joey.
Yeah, at the moment you're hoping you already picked her for your fantasy team. Good man, Kaipo and Strider. Ross Williams is here on hand, here in Lemoore, with the coaching responsibilities for Tatiana Weston-Webb. Obviously the coach as well for John Florence, who's still recovering from injury. Tati always says how much Ross helped her improve in the offseason. Waiting for numbers from the last of Caroline Marks. Comes through at a 7 for the left. Her best left, but not enough to move into the Final Four. Now we're just working out seeding. We'll see if Tati can get a bit closer to the #1 spot on the leaderboard for this event. Slowing things down a bit in the barrel. Born in Brazil, raised on the island of Kauai, she'll find the lip line to work with. Good vertical there for Tati. Interesting point when you already know you got a piece of the Final Four. Maybe a little bit of room to try things, or does seeding really push you to surf at your top of your game?
We'll see what route Tatiana takes, but yeah, I mean, obviously hearing that before she took off on that right-hander, that Caroline wasn't able to bump up in the top 4, essentially push Tatiana down. So not really surfing for the semi-final finish, but more for seeding now, Joey. I think Tat, it's cooler now in the morning as the surfers get to prepare, knowing that she's in the top 4. She's going to save and conserve some of that energy. She's going to take a sip of water, stay hydrated, stay in the shade. She's still got a left to surf here on the bonus run.
So Weston-Webb doing a great job to move up 1 spot and maybe more favorable seeding into the semifinals. And this will be her last left in the bonus. A 9.5 will give her the lead off Johanne Defay. Goofy footer getting started. Clean snap to start. Tight forehand jam on the second turn. With more speed now, she'll rip one off the lip. Getting a little bit hung up on the 4th maneuver. And not too much consequence there. Unable to get the lead, but she did turn in the 7-1-3 on her right to move up to 3rd. Interesting when you feel the pressure maybe off a bit. Maybe caught her off guard and lost the wave.
Well, I'm going to make an assumption. So we actually heard just before Tati took off on this left that she got the situation, that she'd moved into 3rd, she'd improve her situation. I'm wondering if this was a strategy just to kind of save her legs.
It's a good point, because when you go to the semifinals, you have 2 runs again. 2 rights, 2 lefts,
yeah,
keeping your top scores, and it's a clean slate. All these numbers disappear, and you're starting from scratch. So she knows soon enough she's going to have to bring it all here at the Surf Ranch, but a job well done for Tati. Sally Fitzgibbons, world #2. Into the 4th position now on the top 4. Into her bonus run. Looking for some improvement on the right. She's keeping a 6.8 at the moment. An 8.51 gives her the lead off Defay. Nice position in the pit. Looks like she wants a little bit more out of that hollow cave. Well done to stay nice and low with that front hand on the deck. She makes it, Strider.
Wow, she just went for the bonus section, blasting away at the top here. Beautiful sweeps. Oh, and the corner gets caught. So her outside rail got caught as she came up. A little wind chop and a little chop there. And we're almost in the barrel. Woo! But yeah, it was an impressive ride. That moment where you have every wave's a little different, and on the face of that wave you can see there's a little wash chop from where the outlets are, and it got her. That little tiny thing will take you down.
Thank you, Striders. We'll take another look. Rosie, we'll see what went wrong from this angle.
Yeah, Sally looking sharp. Spicy getting the news that she's kept her spot in the top 4. That's got to alleviate a lot of pressure off her shoulders. So looking light. Like you said, she wanted to extend that time in the barrel. Save the legs. I mean, we heard Steph Gilmore saying, if she can spend more time in the barrel, she can actually save her legs, save her energy. So interesting tactic. I wonder if Sally was implementing that there. Beautiful spice and spark to that rail. Ooh, just gets stuck there. Joey, what do you think went wrong?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was almost like she was just in this rad little rhythm and then just got hung up in that transition. A tough one there for her, but kind of a nice warm-up, just first wave of the day. You know, Sally's routine is first one out on dark. You know, she has her routine on lock. She's been doing it for over a decade. This is the one event that just changes that plan. I think we've seen her before in Perkins Lake next door, where she'll just paddle in the morning to do something, kind of get the blood flowing. But I feel like the left will be a huge answer. All have hopes of being a part of the Rip Curl WSL Finals starting September 9th, potentially. It's all about a waiting period to have one day of competition. The World Surf League will wait for the premier day at lower trestles before calling it on. Fitzgibbons, last wave here in the bonus. She dropped to 4th. She's guaranteed a spot in the semifinals. We'll see if she wants at least her third place position back off Tati. Or for the win, needing almost perfection, a 9.83 to take the lead off Defay. Big blowtail, love that progressive maneuver. Still hammering away on the backhand. Fitzgibbons trails it again. She is unstoppable through that halfway mark of the wave. And now playing with the foam climb. This is where it gets nice and hollow. Sally loves a nice tube. Makes that, setting up the wrap. And all of Giroa down in the south coast of New South Wales celebrating a nice performance on the left for Fitzgibbons, multiple-time runner-up in the world. Chasing down a pretty heavy score for the lead-off Defay, but a much closer for Tati's spot or Rissa's spot in second.
Yeah, Sally, good surfing. There was a point in this wave where I saw some of my favorite surfing from Sal so far. There's one turn in particular where she drifts that tail. That just kind of, I think she's picking moments out of this wave too to kind of really practice before that turn right there, Joey. One of my favorites that I've seen on the backhand. Sally, we know that this is her strength. She does more turns than anyone on this left-hander, I'd have to say. But yeah, looking for big improvements to make strides on this leaderboard. Super deep on that left barrel. She could improve 813.
That was really well done. A solid wave for Sally Fitzgibbons. You check it all out with Adobe, hashtag create waves as the bonus run continues. It'll be world number 1. Carissa Moore's turn for one more right, one more left. Who's just dropped to 3rd with a big performance from Fitzgibbons. Just got an 8.6 on the left to move all the way to 2nd. Tati back to 4th. As Riss sets up the right-hander, she'll have a left after this. You can see the numbers there, 7.3, 7.87. If she wants to lead off her good friend Defay, she'll need a 9.33 here. Might as well get nice and barreled at that point of the wave. Clean snap for Riss. 3 big turns after the pit. Moving out in front, setting up a forehand carve. Back to a snap. Looking good, Strider.
To the judges and come up with a formula to take this thing down. Beautiful work on the open face. Unbelievable work in the barrel. And absolutely just scoring the faces of these waves. I mean, those open face carves that she's doing right now are beautiful. And I love to see that rail getting set. We've seen a lot of lip line work, but not a lot of face work. So loving what she put down right there.
Us too, Strider. Yeah, she's magic on this wave. Knows how to throw variety, packaging it all together with some beautiful flow as well. She'll get a lift on the Red Bull ski to the set up her next ride. What'd you think, Rosie?
I think we're going to say goodbye to the 7.87 in Carissa's scoreline. I think we're going to see this score go sky high. I mean, I don't know what more Carissa can show us. I know that she does have more, but wow, I'm super impressed. Laying that rail line down, like Strider touched on, Carissa having a chat with the judges, just trying to decipher what she needs to do to get those higher scores, and I think she's implementing her game plan so perfectly, just executing such beautiful surfing. Waits for that rail to be set right there. Beautiful gouge in the face.
I love how she can respond to the section. She's never repeating her finish. She saw it stretch out a bit, lays down the carve.
I love that smile. Just seeing Carissa surf from a happy place. It's it's dangerous for our competitors.
And hey, Sally, and this was in Fiji, it's time to go to bed. She was watching basketball. It's like, you've got to compete tomorrow. She's a diehard sports fan, loves it. And I love that she's been fitting it in here in California as well. Meanwhile, situation change. Sally just dropped to third. Carissa now back in second. From her right, turning in an 8.83. Now she's fighting for the lead. Needs a 7-8 here.
Yeah, wow, that performance on the right. Let's see how she can turn that momentum on the left. Take the lead from her good friend Johanne Defay. Throws the fins.
Another clean arc from Riss. Blasting it even harder. Just hanging on to that tail blow. Just switching up those turns a bit by the section she's working with. She loves that real steep bowl. Now that slow motion bottom turn means it's tube time. Completely gone. Riss Moore. It's a dreamy backhand tube and wraps it shut with the roundo. What an amazing performance this morning. Looking for the lead off Johanne Defay. Carissa chasing a 7.8. We'll see if she gets it right after this. You're watching Finals Day here at the Jeep Surf French Pro, presented by Adobe here on Sunday. And the bonus run is about to wrap up. Johanne Defay, who came into Finals Day #1 seed on the leaderboard, has just dropped to second because Carissa Moore went wild on her last two waves. 8-7 on the left. Got her back to the pole position. Now it's Defay's turn to answer back. Johanne Defay has been mistake-free on her two rights and two lefts from yesterday. This is one of her favorite sections, a hero of that barrel out the back in 2019. She'll get spit out quickly.
Flawless surfing that we've seen in the earlier rounds, bringing that same dimension. Ooh, almost a misstep there from Johanne. She recovers well, stays out on the open face, Joe.
I really loved how she really wanted something major to switch it up, and I'm really impressed that she caught back up to the pace of this wave, pulling in late on the inside tube. And we know that she solidified that really top spot. She's still the #2 seed heading into the semifinals. I felt like she was adding a lot more risk, trying a couple of different maneuvers at different times. That tail blow looked lethal. Like you said, it almost cost her the wave. Still had momentum to catch back up to it, as we'll take another look.
When I look at Johanne Defay, her demeanor to me just seems unflappable. She's one of those ladies that's so steadfast, so confident in her own performance and her potential, her talent. She just looks so steady. Even on this ride, hearing that she dropped down to second. I love that little spit out the barrel, by the way, just a sidebar. But yeah, she just looks unflappable, unfazed. She did fall off on this wave, but it doesn't matter. She's in second place. She's in the semifinals, and I think we're going to see her bring more fire to that round.
Love how radical she got there. It wasn't just the back fin out. The entire backhand of the board was just dancing on the lip line. Total balance and fins free was insane. And she's just getting her timing right.
She was waiting for a certain section, she said. So it's going to be fun to watch the rest of this thing go down. Here we go. Johanne Defay. We'll see how that backhand looks.
Good, man. Strider, a nice take. Pressure's a real thing. All the surfers that were going for something maybe felt all the pressure in the world to perform. And once the top four was decided, pressure releases and they just got to go ham. Watching this little snap under the lip for Johanne Defay.
Feel the rhythm, feel the ride. Here goes Johanne Defay, looking for that 9.03.
Moving to Sharp Eye surfboards. This model's the OK model. Has that continuous rocker like she's always ridden, even with previous shapers. Allows her to push as hard as she wants to go. Think of like a banana. It's just this constant curve, ripping it off the top of that section. Now she will hold on to that rail inside the pit. Power hack to finish off the left, and her last wave of the bonus for Defay. Chasing a 9.03 to get her lead back off Carissa Moore. It's so interesting because obviously last year was off, all the events were off. The year before, that's when we saw Defay and Carissa 1 and 2 on this leaderboard, and looks like we're seeing it again 2 years later.
Oh, 100%. She's just so steady. 9.03 required to take that lead back. I don't think she gets that number on this wave, but just a solid run at backhand strength. That board is just so zippy, and it's definitely personal preference with how much rocker you want in your board. Like you mentioned, it's like a banana. Up, a bit of tail lift and a lot of kick through the nose. So you can see how well that fits in the pocket. Gives her that lift as she wants to get to the lip line. Gets super deep here on this barrel. Can still see the nose of that surfboard, but this hammer on her backhand to finish it off. And the hair tuck right there behind the ear.